Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure. This is my perspective today. Wait, I got some right here. No, I had some lint. Anyway, I was sent this video that I thought was hilarious and crazy at the same time. And I'm just going to let y'all take a look at it. Okay.
My studs. We are not step studs. We are not step studs. We are human beings, yo. These females don't understand it. How you trying to take advantage of me and you got a man that don't even want to take care of their kids, but you trying to take advantage of me when I'm free help? You don't take advantage of something that wants to help, you fucking dummy.
I advise all studs. If the bitch got a kid, leave that bitch where she at. All she good for is to fuck on. Don't build no home with her. Don't treat her like these niggas gonna treat her. Been there, done that, experienced it. Waste of time. Don't do it.
Yeah, why do y'all keep trying to talk to me when you know you got kids? Baby, I'm 23. What the fuck I'm gonna do for you and your kids?
I've been in that situation with a woman. I was in a relationship for 2 years and shit wasn't working because she couldn't hold a job. I was paying all the bills. On top of that, taking care of her child. Shit, she had a good ass baby daddy out of me. Basically, I was a stud baby daddy. I'm so ashamed. But hey, it is what it is. I decided to end the relationship and I said, F them kids. I sure did.
I mean, I love kids. I love kids with everything in me. I'm just not trying to raise nobody else's kid. I'm not trying to go out and goddamn buy all these goddamn Jordans and Air Max and PlayStation 5s and shit for the holidays. I'm not trying to be at the basketball game. I'm not trying to be at dance recital. I'm not doing this shit simply because they're not my children. Step studs season is over. Stepson season is over.
Yes.
She look a little bit like Dr. Umar, but we ain't gonna talk about that. The studs say they done with the situation. What y'all gonna do? The studs said you ain't nothing but to have fun with. The men said you ain't nothing but to have fun with. So what you gonna do? Hello? Single mamas, baby mamas. What y'all gonna do? Because the men and the studs have decided that they have concluded independently. They have done independent research and have come up with the same conclusion that y'all is the problem. How they do that? If y'all not the problem. Let me be real clear. I have not ever given it a whole lot of personal thought about single mothers from the standpoint of being dated, because I don't date women, so that's not something that really concerned me. My concern with single motherhood has always been that the mindset of these hyenas is destructive whether they have children or not. And it's the hyena mindset that normalized having these kids without any husband, without any marriage, and just randomly having kids, right? Kids for benefits, kids because whatever reason, right? Listen when I say, Brother Jeff, when they said step stud, I was crying. Step stud, they said they wasn't no step studs no more. And like I said, my concern with single motherhood was wrapped up in my critique about the feminist mindset in general. Whether those women had children or not, that mindset is destructive anyway. And like I said, it's the mindset that even helped normalize women calling themselves having children randomly in these random situationships, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I would hear the men say, no, these single mothers, you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth dating them. It's not worth trying to take them seriously. And I just sort of left it as it was, because it's like, well, I don't date them. I don't have the experience. If the men say that it's not really worth it, whatever, for this reason, this reason, this reason, okay. But to hear that two different communities have independently decided and come to the conclusion that the general body of baby mamas and all of that, y'all are problematic. So that means y'all are problematic. If the men say you problematic, and then you call yourself blaming the men for all of your romance problems, it's the men's fault. Okay, so then you cross over to the women. Most of y'all are not really lesbians. Let's be honest. Y'all just doing something because y'all blame men for the horrible dating and situationships that y'all get yourselves into. Right? You blame the men for being shiftless and no good and this, that, and the third. But these are the men that you qualify for. These are the men that you entertain. Y'all get mad that these men don't have this and don't have that, and they don't want to pay for this, they don't want to pay for that. And then the men eventually leave you. Let's say you get please, everybody, go ahead and refresh. My internet has been doing that more often recently. The shutting off. Ew. But anyway. So, like I said, y'all have been the problem. Specifically the single mother demographic of hyena. The single mother subset of hyenas, right? And I would hear women say, well, having a child as a woman doesn't make you a bad person. And generally, I would agree with that. Just the act of having a child doesn't make you a bad person. You're either a bad person or a good person, and it doesn't matter if you have a child. However, the demographic of single mother hyenas seem to be very problematic in every dating space. No matter the gender of the opposite person, apparently. And also, no matter which level this relationship is on, whether or not they're taking the single mother seriously, whether or not they're just in a situationship with her, whether or not they're just sort of kicking it with her, it doesn't seem to be mattering how these people are regarding you as single mothers. You are the problem. You're the common denominator. And thus the problem. Because it ain't no way that y'all are with these men, having children with these men. The baby daddy that you had kids with, he ain't no good. The other men that you might date or what have you outside of your baby daddy, he ain't no good. Whether he got money, don't got money, got a job, don't got a job, good looking, not so good looking, this, that, and the third, it doesn't seem to matter what the status of this man is. He ain't no good, or he ain't treating you right, or he ain't doing something that he quote unquote supposed to be doing, whatever, for whatever reason you got your expectation, whatever. So then, out of desperation, because you are unable to maintain any relationship past sex and just a sexual transaction or interaction, you blame the men for this. So you have not reflected, you have not sat with yourself, you have not thought, well, why is it that I keep getting into these so-called relationships? I can't hold them. The men seem to be acting the same way, reacting to me the same way, regarding me the same way. I quote unquote don't like it, this, that, and the third. Why is it that I keep having this same issue? And instead of having the wherewithal to sit back with yourself and self-reflect, which we know you can't do that, you don't do that. That's out of there. You say it's the men's fault. So because it's the men's fault, because it's got to be the men, the women are gonna be better because I'm in this cycle of bad relationships, not because of me, but because men are men. So you false flag into the rainbow community. And the reason how I know y'all really be false flagging into it is because the studs also say that y'all don't like to reciprocate the gross sex acts that y'all do. You just want something done to you, but you don't want to return it, which makes them understand that you don't really like this. Like, this is not something that you like. It's gross, but whatever. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. So y'all false flag over into the rainbow community in order to see if you can make a fool out of the other women. But you should know that that's the quickest demographic that you can't make a fool of completely, because they are women. I don't care what kind of fade they get. I don't care how baggy their clothes are. I don't care how they bind their breasts. I don't care how they sag their pants. I don't care how they do nothing, how rough they look, or none of that. That is a woman. She got the same biochemical makeup that you do. She come on her period. Okay. And regardless of the fact that she is trying to mimic what she thinks a man is, she's a woman. So she think like a woman. She also knows what women think because she a woman. She don't have to guess. Unlike men who don't have female hardware, you give it another woman, she got female hardware. I don't care how she tries to cosmetically do it. She's hardwired. So once you start talking that flim-flam and talking crazy and moving funny, she automatically is picking up that you're trying to make a fool. Thank you so much for the very generous Cash App. I don't say the people's names who send me Cash Apps, so thank you so much. I appreciate you. She's got the hardware. So she knows that now you're trying to make a fool out of me. The first one that was talking said something very clear. She said, how is it that you're trying to take advantage of someone who wants to help? I'm going to explain that. She's saying that because I'm a woman. Regardless of the butch thing, I'm a woman. I see a woman with a child that I'm involved with, whatever. And as a woman, though, I want to be a part of the village. I'm going to try to create the village. So I want to assist you. But she's also saying, I'm not a man. And I'm certainly not the father of those children. So my assistance to you is not the exact same kind of assistance that a man would give you, or more specifically, the father of that child would give you if you were with him. So yeah, I'll be able to get my money towards it and all of that kind of thing. But the problem in those lesbian relationships is that no matter how much masculine energy she try to embody, she's a female. And women are peers. Women are peers. Aren't they? And things like leadership, problem solving, getting over an issue, when only women are involved, is done by committee. We don't establish hierarchy. So everything is done by committee. See, when women are in a group and we have to problem solve, we look for every woman to pull her weight. We don't actually look for women to take a charge. It's by committee. We do things, women do things communally, not in a hierarchy, not in a pecking order. So that stud that you're trying to act like is a man just because she call herself want to be a man or portray herself as a man, the reality come out real quick. That they don't want to actually be men and do what is actually expected or has been culturally or societally, socially expected for men to do. They want to cosplay men. They want to try to act tough. They want to try to get a fade and smoke blunts and, and all of that. They want to cosplay a man. but they have neither the hardware nor the software to accept the mantle of what society or what have you expect men to do. So when her little girlfriend looks to her to take charge, to take lead, especially financially, now she feels used. Because why am I doing this? Like any woman. Like any woman. Why am I taking the financial brunt of everything? Why I gotta do it? She's not gonna react how a man react. Society and culture have told men that it is his job to step up financially. That he do have to take care of at least the majority of the brunt. If not 100%, he has to take the majority of financial control or provision. But at the same time, he also acts in a pecking order. If he's gonna assume that responsibility, he also wishes to assume authority. He doesn't like that responsibility without the authority that comes with it. That's when men start complaining. Men start complaining not at just the financial part, but when they feel like the authority has been stripped from them that conjoins that, that's when men get upset. Because men don't think communally. Leadership for men is not a communal thing. Somebody is the leader and somebody is the follower. In a man's mind, it's boom, 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 boom. In his mind, him and his woman are never peers. Am I right or wrong? So y'all have hopped the fence and went over to these women and done frustrated them women. You done went over there and frustrated them women by doing the same foolishment with them that you do with the men. So whose fault is it now? If it was the men's fault that y'all was in a crazy relationship and you constantly in a toxic relationship, whose fault is it when you get with the women and the women are like, oh, no, we don't like that because you're being toxic. You're not peaceful. You toxic and chaotic over here. And it's even worse between two women because we don't have the hardware. It is not in our nature to provide structures. So we can't even utilize leadership, system, order, and structures as a way to check another woman's chaos. This is why there's more violence between women, because we peers. And there's not a natural way to check the chaos except for and because we're two women, that seemed more or less as a fair fight. DV, yes, still because it's domestic. But it's not seen as quite as egregious because it's two women. When women get too fed up, they're going to fight. Just like men. Men can't do too much around another man or to a man without physical consequence being on the table at some point. Even if you have a patient man that's not too prone to violence as his first or even his second response, but with two women, it can be the same thing. Especially, and this is, I hate to go into this part of it, but this is why that's haram. There's one reason anyway. The level of emotionality between two women who are in a relationship that they should not be in, it run too high. So you're going to get a fight. Because this is a relationship that the two women are in that they should not be in. So it's not like a friendship. See, women don't do that when they just friends. All that fighting. We don't do that. We quick to not talk to you, but we not gonna fight. Absolutely not. Why? But if you put two women together in a situation where they are romantic and they should not be, they absolutely, this is one reason why it's wrong. It's too chaotic. This is conversely why there's less DV between two men, because they are also in a relationship they should not be in. But the one thing that the men don't forget is that's a dude. No matter who's doing the bending, it's a dude. And even if I think he's weak, if I get him too riled up, he's going to fight. And it's not like fighting a woman. Even if he prance around like a female. Don't matter what kind of wig he put on or whatever. I'm not going to keep it too long because, you know, we got a second show that we're going to be doing. Ideal, it's crazy. Doing everything but what you're supposed to be doing. These females do everything but self-reflect and self-correct. They do everything but follow what the Most High told them to do, that they were supposed to do. Everything but get spiritually aligned. Everything but they doing everything but what they know is right in order to get the best outcome, not only for the community, but for themselves personally. You keep running into the same man because you the same woman. You the same woman that was in a relationship 2 relationships back. You have not changed. So why would the men who are attracted to even deal with you, why would that caliber of man change? You have not changed. You have remained the same hard-headed, stiff-necked woman that even got herself in a situation to be a baby mama in the first place. You're still along those lines. You're still doing foolishness with your baby daddies. No, grow up. You make things intentionally difficult. So when Kevin Samuels used to say, you need to go back with your baby daddy, the one thing that I don't think he always took into account is that they burnt the bridge too bad. They can't go back to that man. That man don't want them. Can't go back to your baby daddy. That was the one thing I never heard him really say. Like, on the one hand, you could see what he meant because that's really who you done made a family with, that guy. But at the same time, they have also burnt bridges with that man too. So who's to say he would take her back if she went back over there? Who's to say? That's not no guarantee. What's the guarantee there? That she go back and do what? Even if she went back and apologized, sometimes you burn a bridge that bad, baby, you can't come back over here. Even if you apologize, I might even accept it, but it's gone. The access is gone. No access. Did too much damage. Holding the kids as pawns and all that kind of stuff. You were doing too much. That child, 10, 11, 12 years old, going back to the baby daddy is not, who said that access was open? That's the one thing I agree with Kevin about it, but I also saw how that in many cases would not be practical advice. I get what he meant, but they can't go back to them men. They can't go back to those men. And trust me, there's a percentage of them women that would go back to those men, that would like to go back to those men. They can't go back to those men. There's so-called baby daddies that would not spit on their baby mamas if she was on fire to put her out. She can't go back over there. Some of them have burnt the bridge too bad. The other percentage of them are too prideful to go back. So even if even if a relationship could be repaired, they too prideful to go back. Going back would mean that they lost. It would be an admission of needing him. It would be an admission of I lost the game. I gambled and I lost. And now I have to come, in their mind, crawling back to him. And it hurts the ego. Let's go to these commercial breaks real quick. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its best, because it got warm real quick. So I know the backs of them feet is out and they cannot be ashy. Neither can the elbows, the knees, and no other part of your body, because you're going to need this Ash Kicking body butter that's in front of you. And if this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Oh, you guys are bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you, Mogul Maze, for the contribution. And once again, thank the person for their very generous cash out. And before we get started again,
how do you know when you're doing a proper push-up? You don't know, and you won't know until you have one of these. Are you tired of doing push-ups and not seeing the results you want? It's probably because you're not getting a full range of motion. Cheating your reps means you're cheating yourself out of gains. But what if there was a way to guarantee a perfect, full-range push-up every single time? Introducing the Proper Push, the revolutionary machine designed to transform your workout and make every rep count. Watch this. As you go down, the Proper Push ensures your chest touches the button. Then you have to come all the way up, hitting the top button, forcing you to complete a full range of motion. This isn't just about going up and down. It's about maximizing muscle activation. With every proper push-up, you're intensely engaging your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Consistent, full-range reps are the secret to building real strength and a chiseled physique. But the Proper Push does more than just guide your form. It has a built-in rep counter. That's right, no more losing track or getting distracted. The machine counts for you, so you can focus 100% on your effort and breathing, pushing your limits without the mental gymnastics. This is accountability like you've never experienced before. It holds you to a higher standard, turning every workout into a session that builds elite-level strength. Think about it. While others are doing half reps, you'll be mastering perfect form, becoming truly elite. The Proper Push isn't just for experts either. If you're just starting out, the plank mode is perfect for building foundational core strength. And for the seasoned athletes, the timer mode will challenge you to crank out as many perfect reps as possible against the clock. This isn't just another piece of gym equipment. This is the dawn of a new era in fitness. An era where you are held accountable, where every single rep makes you stronger, and where you become the elite athlete. The superior trainer, the ultimate warrior you were always meant to be. This is the first of its kind. This is the future. Welcome to the era of the Proper Push. Click the link below to get yours, and start your transformation today. Thanks for watching, and get ready to push properly.
The link is now pinned to the top of the chat. To unlock your VIP exclusive offer, all you have to do is click the link at theproperpush.com/VIP. In order to lock in your membership for only $1, there are only 100 spots, and you get a 20% off the Proper Push when the product is ready to launch. You get exclusive Proper Push merch, instant alerts when our Kickstarter goes live, and first access to early bird Kickstarter rewards, because we are moving towards opening a Kickstarter campaign, but we need everyone's support. And in order to support, all you have to do is click the link, put your email in, and then click reserve VIP now to verify. Once you verified your email, you'll be sent that exclusive offer in order to reserve your membership spot. So check your inbox. If it's not in your inbox, check your junk or spam, because it will be there. And in that way, you'll be able to join the membership. All right. Thank you to there. I said it once the brother has begun dating with renewed standards, the ex-wife simply cannot compete with what he has found. Said me, university said we not peers, it's not a competition to those ladies. And I want to say something before we start wrapping it up. This is how you know that the concepts within feminism that gave birth to the normalization of single and baby mama and I don't need no man and all of that foolishness. The reason how you know it is demonic is because it always seeks to turn something that the Most High made a good thing into a bad thing. And here's what I mean. In the Quran, Allah talks about taking care of the widow and the orphans, taking care of children that don't have their fathers anymore for whatever reason, and making sure that those children do not suffer from whatever catastrophe broke their family. Okay? And Allah talks about the reward that he gives men when they take on those responsibilities, particularly when he marries a woman that has children by maybe she was widowed or maybe they did get a divorce, because in Islam, divorces are serious business, right? So that's not willy-nilly. If a divorce happened, it probably needed to happen. But also, his rights as the leader of that home was preserved. And the women understood that, and the children understood that. So when she married another man, and let's say she had little kids, that marriage was conducted seriously, the same way that it would have been with the children's father. Those children are called upon to respect him as the head of that household. She has to respect him as her husband and the head of that household. His position as her husband is the same. So when his rights and his leadership and his headship are protected and everybody understands their assignment, nobody's trying to take advantage of nobody, nobody's trying to downplay nobody, nobody's trying to make a fool out of nobody or nothing like that, then there's nothing wrong with stepping in. Allah made that an honorable thing. He made that something that he rewards men for. How they treat the child that's not theirs. Don't mistreat that kid just because that's not your child biologically. Legally, it becomes their kid. So there has to be some ramification, you know what I'm saying, to deal with the child that's not your biological child. Everybody has rights. So it was okay because it wasn't a rampant thing, but the men who married the women, Allah hold them high and lofty as well. Now you understand what I mean by all of this stuff is demonic because it perverts it. Now you have a climate where this is not an honored position the way Allah made it be. They're trying to make a fool out of people. Make a fool out of a man. When he steps up and says, you know what? I love this woman. She got one kid, maybe two. They little kids. I'm going to take on that responsibility. That should be honored. But in this society, in this climate, it's not. It's like being it's being stupid. Now he's being stupid to the point where even the men are saying, nope, you a step dummy. The same perversion of something that is good. All the things that are good are now stupid and weak and foolish. Same thing with the women. Being a feminine woman is weak. It's foolish. A woman is foolish for being feminine. A woman is weak for this. She's weak for leaning into her femininity and understanding it and operating it inside of it. She's weak-minded. She's a doormat. She's a pick-me. She goofy. She a fool. This is why I speak so harshly against feminism and all of its concepts and all of its demonic iterations and reinterpretations of something that Allah already put down and said was good for us. It's got us mad at marriage. When Allah said that's something we supposed to do. When Allah describes the good of marriage, the benefit of marriage. Now you got all of this foolishness. No. Marriage get blamed. Nobody want to do it. It's bad. You know, ain't no benefit in it. This, that, and the third. This is why I talk about it. Because it's demonic. It twists everything. Now, mind you, when people was doing more or less what God told them to do, our societies thrived. But ever since we abandoned that and said we're going to govern ourselves as a human being, we cannot. The human being is not prepared to govern itself with its own law or its own rule. Human beings do not have the capacity to properly govern themselves. Not the men, not the women. Because everybody's going to start doing what they want to do. And then rationalizing it and justifying why they should be able to do what they want to do. Only the Most High can govern the human being because he is fair and he is righteous. We see what has happened. We want to do what we want to do. God said, don't be running around here in this fornication and whoring and whoremongering and going around. And we said, no, that's exactly what we're going to do. It'll be all right. Is it all right? Then after we decided that that's just what we were going to do, the STDs start going up. Nobody put those two and two together and came up with 4.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Nobody like that math. That you got to keep your coochie and your dingling in your pants. We think we too grown to do that. We think we too grown. Can't nobody tell me. Apparently they cannot. Not even your creator can tell you. Now we in a dilly of a pickle, and we trying to find every other solution than the one the Most High already had. We trying to find another one. Mind you, we still try. Even some of those who seek to have solutions are still trying to circumvent what the Most High said. Still trying to find a way around that. We don't talk. Oh, we can't have that conversation. If we can't have that conversation, wonder why the solution ain't came. Most High already told us how to act and what to do around each other when we get around each other. He said the men lower their gazes, the women cover themselves, and a man and a woman that's not related should never be cloistered together in solitude, lest the third be Shaitan to whisper to them. But we don't want to talk about that. We still trying to go around what the Most High said. Quick to talk about God, but we ain't quick to talk about the rules and the regulations. He got rules and regulations, you know that, right? And I don't care if you are a Hebrew Israelite that follow the Bible's rules and regulations, or you are a Muslim that follows the Sharia. First of all, it's from the same source. Second of all, that's why they so close together. That's why it kind of look similar. You know, already told us how to act. And we don't want to do that. We want to do what we want to do. And then we still want the outcome. We weren't supposed to have that part of the conversation. I get it. I understand. Thank you to gotta talk to my guy.
Mr. Grid!
What's poppin', Twin?
How's it going?
Hey, you doing?
Going on, Twin said, yet this was overlooked when calling me and cancerous. Funky D, what an epic fail. Yeah, he out of there with that foolish me. He out of there with that. But let me get on up out of here. Speaking of getting out of here, just wanted to leave y'all with that little nugget. Oh, one more thing. I might have a little surprise for y'all tomorrow or Wednesday. I have a little surprise for y'all. Yep. But jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.